Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited today because what I'm going to be doing is getting your Nitro type team ranked. So some of you may know that I did this with Nitro type profiles, but ultimately, Nate Dogg kind of took it up while I was away. So I ultimately decided to just kind of ditch that and go with Nitro type teams. So I'm really excited for this. I'll be giving you all the information about all this in just a second. So, yeah, I'm really excited. This will be a multiple part series, and I think that's pretty much it. Be sure to like and subscribe, I guess, and let's hop into it right now. Okay, so what you see right up here are the categories that I will be judging you guys on. And that's pretty much it, honestly. All the point totals are right there. As you see, you must have at least 20 active racers to enter. Activity means racing the past month, and the only thing that it doesn't say right here is that you have to have your own team entered on your accord. So basically, you can't enter SSH on my team when you're on my team RN. So that's pretty simple. I think that's pretty much it for the categories, and all I'm going to really talk about right now is who wins cash. So all the people who win cash is 1 million to the entrant, 1 million to the favorite person, which is a question on the Google form when you enter, 1 million to the captain, and the captain can't be the entrant, 500k to every officer on the winning team, 250k to 2 random people on the team, and all of this would total out to about $6 million if you can max out on the cash. So that's really exciting. And I think that's pretty much it. If you'd like to enter, all it is the form is linked in the description, and then also this big Google sheet which has all the info, the leaderboards, all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and let's hop into our first teams that I'm going to be ranking. For our first team, we have the experienced typers submitted by the team captain, Meme Expert, so I'm really excited. Currently, the enrollment is closed, but we'll get to that in a few seconds. And let's first look at their members. Currently, their member count is 43, which means that we will give them a solid 7 points on that category. So that's the first category, team members. The next one is speed. The average team speed of them is about, it looks like 77 for the past season. So that means that we'll give them 7 points. So currently they have 14 points in total. Definitely not bad whatsoever. We have rankings for the next one. So anybody with a badge will be getting rankings, and it looks like there's nobody with a badge. We can look at season participation. Meme Expert, no, nothing. So it doesn't look like they'll get a team badge or racer badges, so that means that they'll get 0 points in that category. Next up, we have active racers. So all racers with a Laken or higher will get a few points. Currently, we have lifetime races, only Meme Expert. So they will still be awarded a very, very solid 1 point. And that will raise it up to 15, so definitely not too bad. Next up we have is the team name. So team name, I think it's not that bad. Experienced typers, especially with the tag with it. I like how Meme Expert's name kind of helps with it, so that's pretty cool. Obviously we see that it's race when you can. It's like a very chill team, and I really like that a lot. Obviously we see that it was formed at this point. It has a bunch of cool or pretty good team page views, so it's definitely been like out there and kind of exposed to the community. So I'm actually going to give it a solid, and this is out of 5, a pretty solid 4.5, like in total. I really do like it a lot. I think that it has a pretty cool team vibe. For the team tag, I'm usually not huge on numbers being a part of team tags, but like it's not really the end of the world, and I think the expert kind of works with it a lot. So I think it actually also adds a lot of uniqueness to it. So I'm actually going to give it a solid 3.5. So a little bit picky on these ones, but I think it'll really help to kind of narrow down the field ultimately. And then we have team's average accuracy. It's based out of 10 points, as you saw in the categories. For the season, it's 9.4 out of 10 because it's a 94% average accuracy. So that's actually the most points they've gotten from anything so far. Accuracy is pretty darn good. And anyways, next up and finally, we have a team's special requirements. So this is the special requirements. Obviously it does pretty well sum it up. Has, I believe, a Discord link maybe. They have some alleys, pretty chill, pretty good. It's not like too unique, but it's also like pretty simple in that it explains the team, and I like that a lot. So I'm going to give it a full 3 points. I think that if you just do a run in the mill, special requirements as we saw here, then you'll pretty much get a 3 almost every time. But we'll see with their next teams. So I'm going to add this up, and I will give you our final score right now for this team, the experienced typers. Okay, so next up we have Team Nate. This team was submitted by two people, Ducky the Typer and Legend Dancer. So I'm really excited for this one because I do think that they'll probably rack up some big points, especially in like a bunch of these activity and speed categories. So firstly, their team members, they have 47. Yep, and that will correlate to 8 points. Their speed correlates out to, wow, that's crazy, 92 word per minute average. That correlates out to a 9 point category, or in the point category. I don't know how many times it just like correlates. And then also with their rankings, their top 10, so that gives them 10 points. So that's pretty huge. And then also we see the racers. If we scroll through, it looks like they have two racers in the top 50, which will, wow, I guess like only earn them around 2 points. I thought I put that higher, but I guess not. And we have to be consistent with it. So now we have our active racers, all racers with a Lakin will be awarded an extra point. So if we go to their left hand races, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 racers. So a solid 7 points with racers with Lakins. Very, very impressive. All right, next up we have their team name. I do like Nate's team name a lot, especially because it correlates with his channel and a bunch of that stuff. Nate Dog. It really helps a lot, and also like it's a really creative play on words. I really actually do like it a lot, and I think it does deserve to get the full 5 points. So I'm gonna give it 5 points. That's pretty impressive actually. I gave 5 points to that. Also, the tag, the tag correlates with the name. Um, I think the Nate, especially with the 8, is pretty cool. Is that worthy of a full 4 points? I'm not sure what would be, but I feel like I haven't found a full worthy yet. So we're going to give it a very, very, very picky 3.8 out of 4. The team's accuracy, if we see, it has an average of 95. So that's a 9.5 accuracy rating. That's pretty cool. And then also special requirements, golden big comps daily, subscribe to Nate Dog Nation on YouTube. I think this is pretty much the same as the other team. We see the big team page views and the OG team. That's all obviously really cool. I don't really have a set category for that yet, but we'll probably be implementing that in the future. So stay tuned. But yeah, I think we're gonna give it a pretty big score. I'm gonna give it a 3 for our last category, and I'm gonna tally it up right now, and I'll let you know just how much this team got. Okay, so our final team for just today, because we will have some more in the future, is Talk Rise to the Occasion, submitted by the one and only captain, I Like Cheeseburger. So I'm really excited for this one. I think it's a little bit of a different team, It's kind of old, it's a little bit retired, as special requirements say, but I think it'll still get a pretty high score. So let's start off right now with our first category, which is the member count. And we see that it has 42 members, so that gives a 7 to Talk. Next up, what we have is the speed of the team. So although they have a pretty high daily speed, what we see is that for the actual season, they only have 58, so we're going to give them a 5 in that category. Next up, what we have in our categories are the one and only rankings. So obviously, if you have badge, or order points. Nobody has a badge, so that's not any points. Next up, what we have is our top racers, top racers don't have badges either, so that's pretty much zeros on those categories. And then what we have are active racers, so racers with a Lycan or higher, and I believe that they'll probably get a few solid ones out of this one. So yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6. Very nice. 6, cool 6 points. Definitely pretty solid in that regard. Next up, what we have is the team name. Rise to the occasion. I think it's so like iconic, and I think the team has built it up to that point that the team name is pretty solid. Um, I've never really grasped like what the meaning behind the name is, if there is a meaning, but I still think it's a pretty solid name. So we're gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely not like a huge like play on words, at least to my understanding. For our tag, it's such an iconic tag. Talk. I'm gonna have to give it a full 4. I think it's a really solid. It's just so simple. It's so cool, and it's so iconic as the team set it up. So it's definitely a solid 4. Next up we have accuracy. It's a 9.4. And finally, what we have is special requirements. And it's pretty retired, all of that stuff. Nitro is just too much for me now. Pretty simple. I'm gonna give it a 3 though, still, because it's basically gives you an idea of the team, and I think that's pretty important. So we're gonna tally our final scores and then pay out to the winners. Which, looking at this, I think I probably know who it is. However, let's do it right now. Congratulations to the 3 teams that are entered today. We'll be doing some more teams in the future, and I'll tell you the scores and the payouts right